Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Lightbulb Moments Talkie Time. I'm your host Ziyi from UCSI Counseling Department, and today we are going to talk about a topic that is most common and relatable to all human. We all have it. We all experience it. Okay, so the topic today is unlocking true confidence. So here is the things, true confidence thing here. Okay, so no matter you are navigating your career or study life, or you are just step into a new social environments, or you would like to feel more secure about who you really are, confidence actually play a huge role in for us to show who we are in this world. But first, what is confidence? What is the true confidence, and how do we actually build it in the most authentic and lasting way, right? So to help us to unpack this, I am pleased to invite Mr. Thomas here with us today. Okay, so Mr. Thomas is not only a clinical psychologist but also right now currently a lecturer, right?
Yep.
Lecturer at the psychology department at
Yes,
UCSI
UCSI.
University. So I believe that he experienced as a lecturer or else as the clinical psychology definitely will help us to know more about what is true confidence. So, Mr. Thomas, are you feeling confident right now?
Yeah, I do. So hope that I'm confident right now to actually start to, talking about this topic here.
Good, great to hear about that. So, to kick things off, okay, Mr. Thomas, can you just briefly introduce yourself to our listener here?
Yep, sure. Thank you so much, Ji, and also pleasure to be here. Hi everyone, my name is Thomas. Chia Han Lin, you can call me Thomas. So I'm a clinical psychologist and lecturer from the psychology department, Faculty of Social Sciences and Liberal Arts. And a little bit of my background, I've been working as clinical psychologist for more than 5 years right now.
5 years, wow.
And mainly working with adults populations. And before joining UCSI, I was in humanitarian sectors, mainly dealing with affected individuals, that is, during or after crisis or natural disaster, mainly providing the crisis management or the mental health and psychosocial support services, or conducting mental health programs among these affected communities. So right now I'm in my 7 months here in UCSI as lecturer, mainly teaching on psychology programs.
Wow, thanks so much for the introductions. I think wow, we know about like the crisis management things, right? Wow, I can believe that job is require a lot of patience.
Yes,
and also
it does.
Wow, good. So Thomas, so just now I hear that you are the clinical psychologist as well as a lecturer, as well as you have a working experience in the crisis management
Yep,
related
I
jobs,
do.
right? So I would like to ask, I guess you are not only experiencing or have a confidence in yourself, but also you kind of seeing it, or like kind of handling it in a lot of people, other people, because our occupation is
Yep,
about the people,
indeed.
right? So what is the what is the true confidence means to you, based on your understanding and experience?
Okay. To start off clear here, that basically for true confidence here isn't about, you have to being fearless, you have to be bold, or you have to be brave for stuff, but and also not about knowing everything in your life to be, to make you feel confidence, but it's more about having a strong sense of self, that you know your values, you know your strength or even your limitations or weaknesses, yet you're still able to move forward and also striving in your life. So I think it's more about self-acceptance instead of getting external validations from other people. So, talking about people compliments or others people feedbacks, even talking about your academic grades, for example, those external validations there. So I would say self-confidence or true confidence here is a much more deep internal trust that you have towards your abilities or those decisions that you made, that you have those capacities that are able to handle those challenges or those uncertainties in your life there. So yes, for the true confidence here actually allows you to take risks, allows you to step outside of a comfort zone, and as well having this resilience to kind of navigates all the setback that you have without doubting yourself and stuff lah. So for me, if talking about my understandings and how it evolved, based on my understandings towards true confidence, I would say early of my life, I'm not that old, but yeah, early of my life, maybe like secondary or in my university life, that I kind of associate self-confidence as have to be expressed outward in a sense that
Like being extrovert, something like that.
kind of, but you know, you have to be outward expressions in a way that you have to be articulate. You have to, you know, speak fluently in a sense, or you have to be expressive. You know, you have to be verbal expressive, or you have to be appearing self-assured in a way that you have to look confident. You have to be calm, relaxed, not like being tense up or, you know, shivering and stuff. Or maybe you have to excelling in certain areas to be call yourself confidence in it.
Yeah.
But over the times, I do realize that confidence is much more, I would say, much more deeper in a way that it also includes about embracing uncertainties that you have, and you should also be open to growth as well as, you know, moving forward. And trust yourself able to handle all these struggles and challenges, yet still able to take actions and move forward and striving, as mentioned early on.
I see. That's interesting because normally in our typical Asian culture, we normally saying that being confident is that like you are definitely perform well in a certain area, that you truly know how to do that things or do those things, right? But based on your sharing just now, I hear that it's like something about yourself. It's like you trust yourself, and also you need to know that you might also, how to say, it's like you might feel in certain way. It's like you probably might feel also anxious or embarrassed in certain situation, and it's very important for you to acknowledge that and move forward. Is it what you mean just now?
Yes, and I think the most important part is about self-trust, that you believe in yourself actually, no matter how uncertain you are or all those challenging situations happens, you're still yet able to take actions in a way. So that's how you're able to build more confidence in you later on, and also, you know, develop more trust in you when you're able to, you know, encounter and overcome all those uncertainties regarding on your skill set, your competency levels and stuff.
So Thomas, I just very wonder, right? Did you like experience, you know, like something like the very typical concept of the confidence in your past experience as well, in yourself, you know, like probably during your childhood, during your secondary school, all those experience? Because I do experience that before, so yeah.
You're talking about the typical self-confidence that you're talking in my past. Yeah, I mean that I highlighted, that I shared early on. Basically, if talking about confidence, you know, you have to be verbally expressive in a way that, you know, you have to be really good at that before you take actions, for example. But there's totally different concept in a way we are talking about true confidence there. So confidence here, actually, you will be able to build up your confidence when you actually able to you know, handles all those challenging situations or uncertainties and stuff. That's the moment that you're able to learn that actually you're able to do that as well, and able to learn more self-trust in you, and eventually you will build the confidence levels in you. I think later on we'll talk more about these misconceptions towards building confidence later on. Maybe I touch a little bit more on that. But one more thing I should highlight here is about, you know, I never met individuals who are confident, who aren't, who never fails in a way, but actually the one that who trust themselves, that able to overcome all those struggles or uncertainties in their life. So in other words, really, you know, the most confident people in their life, I mean, they still having, you know, all these kind of moments of failures or some, you know, things that kind of unsuccess and stuff. But still, for people that are having confidence, they're able to get back to resilience, and perhaps they will learn from their experience and regain back the trust in them, and able to stand up, trusting about themselves, able to overcome those uncertainties in futures.
I see. I think the key point here is about resilience, right? It's like you are allow yourself to just, you know, like fear of certain things, but you are able to stand out against, and then you are able to, you know, like just do it again.
Yes, but the problem here is, you know, in order for you to get resilience, you have to do actions. You know, you have to start to engaging yourself into something that's challenging and uncertainty. You should step outside from the comfort zone in order for you to get that resilience to be built in a way. So that's why we emphasize about self-confidence should be something that, you know, step outside of your comfort zone, taking some risks for you to build that particular competency skills and to develop the you know, self-trust and everything. Then eventually you will feel confidence in a way.
That's very nice. Like how to say, the introductions towards the definition about the confidence, right? So for the audience watching this right now, remember that like, okay, the key one here is self-trust and resilience, okay? That is the true confidence. Instead of like you are able to perform well in certain area. Definitely that also the confidence, but you know, right, we cannot just make this confidence to be so fixed in terms of one definition. Yeah. We have to draw it out as well, right? Okay, so right now I have a questions for you, okay? Because a lot of people talking about confidence, blah blah blah, something like that. We know about what is confidence. We know about like, you know, like confidence is how to build confidence. But I think the most interesting questions about confidence is that in this world, right? Because due to the advancement of the technology, I think our world is like interconnected to each other, right?
Yes, indeed.
Under these situations, what do you think about the biggest confidence killer for, you know, like individual, especially among university students right now?
I mean, there's really a great question. Talking about today hyper-connected world, definitely there are some, you know, factors that is confidence killers in a way among students.
Yeah.
I think first and foremost, I really want to highlight is about the AI technology, the advancement of AI technology.
AI, right?
Yes. I mean, to be honest, it's unavoidable. We are living in a digital age. Especially talking about those AI tools like ChatGPT, etc. It's quite of commons and a lot of people are actually using it in a sense. But one thing here really to highlight is if someone who are, you know, overly reliant on all these AI tools, I know they are powerful, you know, you can just easily get instant answer from them without even, you know, thinking about it. Just throw all the question inside. Actually get all the answer. I mean, this is how easy when you're using all these AI tools and stuff for essay generator or even problem solving assistance. But you actually gonna hinder someone's from, you know, critical thinking and also the learning process about that particular areas there, which is all these things are necessary and needed to build out your real confidence in a sense, because you need that skill to be, you know, you have to know that particular knowledge and skill set, able to practice it in order to feel confidence in you, that when you do the challenging and uncertainty situation there. So in other words, you know, when the students, they overly reliance on AI tools, they just use it to complete the assignment in a way, just throw it in all this thing and just generate it out without truly engaging themselves in those, you know, learning and understand what does it mean, like why this answer in a sense. Actually, they will miss out a lot of opportunity for them to develop their skills and competency and even understandings to it. Because we are talking the self-confidence also something about you understand the knowledge and you're able to apply the knowledge in your real life as well in order for you to build up the sense of confidence.
I see. I think Thomas' point here is talking about confidence is a building process. Like right now, the advancement of AI is just, you know, like killing those building process for the student, which they are not able to find the answer by themselves. So it's kind of like you are not able to, how to say, like build the confidence to do it with that kind of thing, because you just know that, okay, there's an AI help me to do all those things. Is it what you mean?
Yes, indeed. I mean, there's a good sum up, but yes, this is a powerful point that mentioned about it's a kind of building process. You need that kind of process for you to grow your confidence, and definitely I say you need a real skill in order for you to feel confidence when you encounter all those uncertainties or challenges in your life. But yet, if you are too overly reliant on AI tools, that actually, you know, hinder yourself to get the learning process in a way, and also able to practice that skills
I see. Yeah, I do agree that right now the advancement of AI really kill those opportunities for the student to try to develop their skill, right? Especially it's like when they, because like before that during my university time we have the subject called critical thinking skill, right? It's like it helps you to use the critical thinking skill to do all those things. But right now, you know, like because during that time we don't have the ChatGPT, right?
No, we don't have, sadly to say.
So we are old, right? We are old right now.
We really
so
that.
But this time they have the ChatGPT, so means that they are able to use that AI to help them to process critical thinking.
Yes, and just need the keywords just to type it in, and then you can get whatever you want from the answer of it.
Oh, actually, I never expect that the AI could be that kind of the.
Oh no, am I teaching the audience how to use AI tools right now? I hope everyone, you know, try to limit yourself, you know, not just using AI tools just for instant answer. You should try yourself to engage into a more learning process and, you know, kind of practice all your skills and stuff to get your understandings towards it.
I mean, come on, at least you try to think first, then only you use AI tools to go through the content things, right? Okay, so talking about the interconnected world as well, right?
Yes.
I also find one thing is how to say is the most affected one towards the confident, the social media things.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, because I found it because I also like have a client before, and then most likely the client who's struggling with the confidence issue, they will mention that, you know what, I scroll the phone and then I see my friend's story, Instagram story, and then they are living a better life. They have a handbag, LV bag, they have a like Ferrari, something like that, okay? And then it's just kind of like making them feel embarrassing about themselves. They will feel like, oh, I'm not that good actually, you know, like it kind of like they're having a social comparisons, like increase the opportunity for them to compare to other people's. Yeah, so how do you think about that point?
Yes, indeed. About the social medias and the social comparison, yes, indeed, they're going to be affecting someone's confidence level, especially if someone who try to, measure their confidence based on comparison, but not personal growth.
Oh, that's a good one, I guess. Yeah,
It's going to become more fragile in a way. Because try to imagine you are actually not part of accepting yourself in a way, but you're actually trying to rely on the external factors, relying on how people's comments on you, relying on how you wanted to achieve to be someone without looking into yourself, how to accept yourself and how to work it out in a sense. Actually, for those that, kind of highly exposure towards social medias, especially those high reels on, those influencers sharing about the physical appearance, those lifestyle, I mean, that might create unrealistic expectations towards an individuals, and actually they might reinforce self-doubts in them. So they might thinking about, I constantly having this feeling of falling short, I wanting to improve, I wanted to become like them in a sense. And they might runs for, external validations in a way lah. So they might ends up, they will perceive themselves relatively to others, not just do themselves as they are, and to work on the part that can build up their confidence in a way.
Yeah, just I think you mentioned a very good point is that like right now, I mean the dangerous about social media in terms of a confidence is that the individual confidence right now is mostly built based on the external validation from other people instead of who you really want to be, right? For example, it's like if let's say you just want to be a normal person, that could be fine as well. If let's say you are confident to be a normal person, but right now the people right now is that like they look out a lot of the content on the social media, and then their confidence is built upon the bar that's set by the social media. It's like, I want to have a Ferrari in future, something like that, right?
Yeah, kind of like yes, it's indeed that they were just building up on the comparison instead of the personal growth, that how to excel, or how to having a fulfilling life instead. So this would be something that might impacts on a person's to build up their confidence levels in a way if they too overly focus on comparisons or external validation instead of self.
I see. However, I'm just curious because you have the experience as a clinical psychology. I believe that you also have experience to deal with those clients who struggle with the self-confidence issues,
yes,
right?
Indeed.
And then like, what is the factors, like based on your observations that actually affect their confidence?
I would say there'll be a lot of negative thoughts in them.
Oh, okay.
That they will be keep telling themselves they're unable to do so. I mean, because in this field of clean psych, you might be seeing individuals with anxiety disorders or depression disorders where they've already been starting off with those clinical problems there, where if talking about confidence, they might also kind of related to those feelings or those symptoms that they have that coming from the disorder itself. So you're talking about anxiety, people with anxiety disorders, they might having all this anxiousness thought and stuff. So all these things might actually hinder them from taking out from the comfort zone, stepping out from comfort zone, and also face the challenges there. So they might avoid the challenge or avoid those uncertainties, where again it might hinder yourself to growth and also learn from that to build the resilience as well as the confidence levels in you.
I see. So it means that like for those clients who struggle with the confidence issues, they have a lot of the anxious. They are concerned and also worried about a lot of things, and probably they might think that most probably might be a negative consequence or a negative outcome.
Yeah, but this is just based on the cases of the anxiety disorders. But if you're talking about depressions, there might be different kind of ways. And I would say this is quite subjective. Like each different have different kind of ways and stuff. But the thing is, I also want to highlight about not just about the clinical part, but talking about people might tend to struggle with fear of failures.
Oh, fear of failures.
Yes, I mean this is not necessarily talking about clinical cases, but majority of us we might having this struggle of fear of failures because maybe they might conditions with if I fail in this particular areas or even your performance and stuff, you might condition yourself that you are inadequate or incompetent or like I'm not good and stuff like that.
I think back to the topic that we mentioned just now, like we have the typical concept of the confidence is that like if
you have the failures,
correct.
Instead of that. But yes, we're talking about the fear of failures. If you having this kind of fears in you, basically it will also kind of having a higher tendency for you to develop perfectionism in a way that you will wanting to excel everything first before you take actions, or to feel confidence, or even they will having this constantly thoughts of I'm not good enough in a way. That's why they keep wanting to make things more perfect in a way, because they fear of failure or failing in a sense. And again, ironically, it will also goes back together when having this fear of failures, you will tend to avoid taking challenge or facing those uncertainties or take actions in a way that goes back to a person missing out all those opportunities again for them to show the skill, to practice the skill, and also to learn from the resilience and the setbacks that they have encountered, and eventually develops confidence in them.
So it kind of like going into an opposite direction where you want to be the confident, but however due to a fear of failures, and then you kind of like keep yourself in your safe zone.
Yep, it
and
can
then
be.
after that you are not able to walk out
To
of
build,
it.
yes, to build
And
the
then
confidence.
prevent you to be confident.
Yes.
Ah, I see. I think this is a lot of the individual people, they are not really notice about that. They will say that I just want to be safe, or like when I having a good mood, or when I be a perfect, then only I'm confident.
Yes.
Actually, it's like if you want to build confidence, you have to step out first, right?
Yeah. So again, a lot of misconceptions towards confidence is that, I have to feel confidence before taking actions.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But the truth is, confidence doesn't comes before actions. It actually come from the action itself. So you have to, confidence is about you doing it through the actions, or you taking actions for when you encounter all these challenges and uncertainties. And when you're able to prove yourself that you're actually able to handle them, you will build more self-trust in you, and you'll be eventually more confidence in you when coming to that particular areas in a way. So a lot of students we're talking about, I have to wait, I feel confidence before I raise my hand in the class or ask questions, or I have to feel confidence enough before learning new skills in a way. So confidence actually built through or from those experiences, not before them in a sense. So it's better, take risks, step outside of a comfort zone, and prove yourself that you're able to handle those uncertainties. Eventually, actually, you build out your confidence and self-trust in you.
So I would say is that like it's not like it's not going this way that you feel confident, then action. It's like you take action, then you are confident.
Yes.
That is the correct pathway to be confident.
To be
right?
more confident, yeah.
Good. Yeah. So that's we can sum it out as that a lot of actually there's a lot of confident killers in our life, right? But it's just that like, we need to be aware. Also need to know about one point is that like you need to take action, then only you be confident.
Yes.
It's not like you be confident, then only you
Take
take
action,
actions,
yeah,
right?
yes and no.
Yeah. So that's good. And also just now, we mentioned a lot about the misconception about confidence. So I believe that not only us, I think a lot of people outside there, they also have a misconception, okay? It's just that because we study in this area, so we slowly know about what is definitely correct concept about confidence. So my next question is about misconception, which is this, okay? Everyone can look at this. This is a misconception things. So what is the biggest misconceptions, okay, about the confidence, true confidence that people might have based on your understanding or based on your experience?
Well, I think early on we already highlighted one, which is the actions is come from. Confidence is come from the actions, not before the actions. I think the next one, the biggest misconceptions would be also talking about, people who are confident never doubt themselves in a way. But the truth is, even the most confident person, they have moments of doubts about doubting themselves, whether able to do this, able to perform in front of people, able to perform this exam and stuff like that. But the difference is, for them, they actually able to. I mean, for them, the doubts doesn't stop them, and then they're able to, trust themselves to take actions even when they are feeling unsure about it. So this is what the true confidence is about.
I see. So is that it means that like it's okay sometimes to not feel confidence.
I would say it's okay sometimes you having self doubts in you, like whether you're able to do it or not. But at the times, you're still able to trust yourself, trust your skill set, trust your competency levels, and able to take actions even you don't feel certain about it. So again, confidence isn't for you to feel certain to take actions, but for you to trust yourself that you're able to taking actions even when you're unsure.
I see. And also I think one of the point highlighted here also is that like sometimes the confident persons doesn't need to be a very upfront or need to be a very central one. Sometimes they will also be off a bit. But it's just that it's important that like you recognize that part.
Yeah, and that doesn't stop you from doing things.
I see. That's a good point. I think because a lot of people might think that like confident people, they are really confident. They are always in the center of the attentions. People is around them because I hear a lot from my student as well as the client. They're saying that like I look out at someone, there's someone in my class, and then he is very like outgoing, friendly. All people like him. He looks confident, but somehow probably in that person's life he also doubt about himself.
Yep.
But
there's a moment of
the
doubt.
difference is that like he recognized that part.
Yes, and also able to again taking actions despite they having these doubts. They trust themselves. They're able to handle all these struggles and difficulties, even when they're unsure about it.
I see.
So that's what we call confidence about.
Right, true confidence.
Yes.
Yeah, true confidence. Okay, right now we head into the next questions. This question I think a lot of the listener might interested in, which is also I also want to know about the answer. Okay, so we're talking about confident. What is confident and what is the confident killers? And like what is the misconception about confident? But somehow we also want to know about this. Like are there any method, strategy, habit or mindsets that like individual, especially student right now, they can actually adopt or use to nurture or develop their confidence over time?
Yes, absolutely. For confidence, again, it's not something you have it or you don't have it. It's something that you can build through daily habits or the right mindset. You're able to cultivate it in a sense. I think first one I want to share here is about maybe focusing on the progress instead of being perfections in a way. Because sometimes people, if they release it to I have to being perfect before I take actions or be confident, they might slow them down, and that's not the right way for you to develop confidence to begin with. So you shall start with small step, taking out from your comfort zone, taking some risks and learn from the experience, gaining more self-trust, so you're able to handle all these situations, and eventually when the uncertainties comes again or challenges come again, you having this confidence to actually able to trust yourself to take actions to deal with that situations in a way. And the most important part is also to celebrate all those small win or small steps that you take. So kind of compliment yourself, pamper yourself with good food. If you did able to step out from a comfort zone, for example, you're able to be a team leader for your group assignment, which is something that you never did before, or maybe able to stand up to answer the questions in the class, for example, which is something that you hesitated a lot in the past. So this is actually small steps that you're actually stepping out from a comfort zone in a way, and eventually when you keep pushing the boundaries, you're able to build more self-trust and confidence in you in a way. So this one will be the first one. I think the second one will be also highlight about reframing your negative self-talks that you have, because the inner dialogues that we have actually does impacts on our confidence in a way. I mean, more to say, if it's the inner thought is negatively, so definitely there's also an affect a lot in a way. So trying to identify yourself, what are those negative self-thoughts or the inner dialogues that you have in you whenever you're facing challenge or uncertainties, or whenever you want to take actions. So you're trying to identify what are the negative self-thoughts and trying to writing down on a piece of paper, which is more clearer for you to revisit back, and also trying to challenge yourself whether all these thoughts are 100% true. Is it facts, or is just something assumptions, or even you can chat with your friends about whether all these things are real or just coming off from your mind. Yeah, so all these things to check it out. So you might find some answer that is surprising to you. Maybe you yourself perceive yourself as very bad and not good enough, but for other people's eyes, you are like 100% perfect and you're good in that area. So why are you having these kind of thoughts in your mind? So sometimes when you ask openly and challenge with your negative thoughts, actually this helps you to rebuild or reframe back your thoughts there, and also definitely to kind of reframe the negative thoughts into a more maybe positive growth personal statements in a way. So whenever you're having these negative self-talks in you, you can try to change it to those positive one in a sense. So for example, if you keep having this thought of like I'm not good enough, or maybe I'm such a failure, I couldn't be getting this feel, it's such a big deal to me, for example, then you can instead changing into something more neutral or positive in a way that you can say that this is still a learning process, or maybe you can say that failures is something, it's a learning experience that I can grow from it, and I'm still a student. I still a lot of ways to learn, etc. So maybe I try my best in a way. So some statements that actually be more neutral in a sense of negative lah. And one thing to also point it out, when we talk about negative thoughts and stuff, if you find yourself constantly having all those negative thoughts in you and that's affecting your emotions, your behaviors, you start to feel anxious or low mood constantly in a way, it's actually recommended for advisable for you all to reach out to seek for professional help like counselors or clinical psychologists. I do think we do have offer the support as well. I mean, from talking about psychological center at level 10 block Gs, we do have that offering for the psychotherapy sessions with the psychology trainees, and we also do have counselors as well. Yeah, I think it's free for sessions.
Our counseling service is free to those who struggling with those issues. Feel free to reach out to us.
Yes, please do. I mean, it's highly advisable, and just to reach out to get the support from professionals help here. So I think this one is more about the negative thoughts lah. But I also wanted to touch a little bit on self-reflections and identification. So it's kind of like you have to identify what are your strengths and weaknesses that you have, so that it's more clearer for you to know what you're good at and also what you are lacking or what's your limitations that you have, so that you're able to map it out and also work it out. Again, you have to start off with some planners, what you can do to step out a little bit of your comfort zone to improve your confidence towards the particular areas of weaknesses lah. So there's another things that you can take into considerations. If talking about mindset, you also have to be more about flexible, be open to growth or open-minded in a way, or expect the unexpected. Because again, confidence isn't about knowing all the answer around the world or being in control of all the situations. So confidence is about you able to trust yourself to take actions despite uncertainties, despite you feel uncertain about it. So life is unpredictable in a way, all of us know that. But the more adaptable you are, actually the more confidence that you will build, or more the more confidence you will feel in a way when you are encounter all these challenging situations. So trying to be flexible in a way, more adaptable, and also expect the unexpected so to prepare yourself if something unexpected happens, what you should do. So when unexpected things really happen, you don't caught you off hand guided, or you don't feel much anxious in a way, because you already prepared for that unexpected part. So it's another part for you to be consider that. What else? I think that I still got a few more tips here, but let me recall a little bit. I think another thing, because we kept highlight about stepping outside of comfort zone. So confidence is something that able to gain through taking risks, and definitely that can be stepping outside your comfort zone is one thing to help you to build a sense of confidence or self-trust once you handle those discomfort feelings that you have. So talking about stepping out comfort zone daily is not necessary to be something big. It can be just like as small as like, again, ask questions or answer the questions in the class, or taking new skills, learning new things. So these are the things that actually step outside of our comfort zone. Even go to know, you know, initiate a relationships or friendships with others. So these are actually the things that stepping outside of your comfort zone, which is something that is not you usually do, and it's not something that you feel comfortable about doing that in a sense lah. So there's also can be help into building your confidence in a way. As I also want to highlight about the AI technologies. So again, use it wisely. So confidence comes from a real skills that you have. So you should be getting yourself truly engaged into the areas or the particular skills and stuff. You should practicing it. You should understand the concept about it, how to apply and stuff. That is also very important for you to build up your confidence in return. I think the last one will be talking about your body language and posture. I think this is something that is also very important to highlight here. So confidence isn't only about mindset or your verbally express and stuff, but it's also something about your body as well, your body language and posture in a way. So try to practice in a way to be sit firm or stand tall, or maintain eye contact when you're having conversations with others. Even having this open posture instead of a closed posture, because try to imagine if you are on the stage and then you are actually performing, but your posture is like closed, and then you'll be like shivering and stuff, not maintaining eye contact. You just do your own work, so that might create some people might thought that this person not confident in a way. So sometimes when you do all this confidence posture voluntarily, actually can helps you to trick your mind in a way, to influence your mind to feel confidence in a way. And actually research shown that this confidence posture does influence our mindset when coming into confidence. So practice more about your confidence posture. So when you're trying to speak with other people or having a conversation, trying to stand tall, stand firm, having an open posture, and maintaining eye contact with them. Yeah, all these things will be something that to be highlighted.
I see. So I would say that in order to actually develop your confidence, right? So over times, okay, in a good way. So what you actually can do is that first you have to take step first. Start doing it, but you can take a little bit step first. Little small step actually is enough for you to step out of confidence. No need to dream big, right? Also probably know about your own limitation. If let's say you know that you are not really good in that kind of particular area, and then you are trying to improving yourself, don't give yourself a lot of the high expectation, high bar. Probably you can just focus on right now, step by step to go into that step, right?
Yes.
And then I think the most important is to recognize about your negative thought, recognize what actually your brain's trying to tell you, your mindset trying to tell you. All about the negative about yourself, because sometimes when we do certain things, you will doubt about yourself. Right? When you overwhelmed with those self-doubt thoughts, and then you will end out being not confident, and then you will
and it will pull you back from taking actions and facing all those challenges in your life.
And also be aware of your action also. Be aware of your action also. Just now when Thomas mentioned that, I quickly stick straight right now. Maintain eye contact with the camera. I am confident right now, okay. Okay, so thanks for giving my the tips to our audience, to try them to develop the confidence. That's a good tips, and there's a lot of points. I hope that you guys can recap back later. Maybe I think the most important is to take actions, right? Regardless of how you feel about
trust yourself.
Trust yourself. Actions. Yeah, like Thomas said, even though answering the question, raising the hand in the class could be a little bit. a small achievement that you have, and
steps.
Then please be kind and understanding to yourself. People make mistakes. No one is perfect. So treat it as a learning opportunity, right? And then just trying to grow. That's good. Okay, so right now we are going into a little activity.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Thomas, I actually didn't give the Thomas about the questions about this activity. So he will answer it based on his spontaneous, opinions, right? So this activity is what we call yes, no, maybe challenge activity. So what is this activity is that I will actually give out 3 statements. Okay, the 3 statements about confidence. Okay, just now some statement already answered in his previous answer, but it's okay. Let's see how he justified against about his opinion, and then we will have this one. let me take these things. Yeah, we have this one. Sorry. This one maybe, yes, no, maybe. So Thomas and I will just, like give the sign. Whether or not we agree or or disagree or in between, agree and disagree, which is maybe lah, to that statement. And then we going to justify our answer. Okay. But because I haven't shown Thomas the question, so probably I will give him about 5 to 10 seconds to think about it. Okay. Cool. And then after that, we need to justify our answer. Probably, like psychologists, clinical psychology and counselor, we have a different opinion. Then probably we have an argument about that. You know, right?
I doubt that, but yeah, I think it's more the similars. Yeah.
Okay, so I will give you the sign first here.
Sure.
Yups.
Thank you.
Okay, so I will just put this here first. And yep. Okay, so first questions, everyone. First statement. Also a first questions. Okay. Is this, okay? So, is someone born naturally more confident in certain area? Okay. So, are you guys disagree or agree to this statement or maybe? Okay. So, if you are okay already, just let me know.
Yep. I think.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay. So, I will count 1 to 3 and then you just put your sign. Is it?
Sure.
Okay, let me see. I want to take my things. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3. You see, we have a different opinion. But okay, Thomas, you can just try to state your answer first, like opinion first, yeah.
Yeah, actually I picked maybe here because it's somewhere between yes or no in between. So I mean it's hard for me to put straightly put yes there, but for building confidence here, confidence do have both genetics and environment components in it. So if you're talking about having naturally confidence in a sense, that might be explained by someone having this outgoing or easygoing temperament where they're able to express their confidence in the social situation easily in a way. That's why it's kind of a natural inborn with them in a sense. Those traits like extroversions, openness to experience, and some other traits, they do found that having a heritable components in it, which mean that it actually runs in the families. So that's why there are genetics factors there in a sense. If you wanted to talk more deeply about it, talking about brain mechanisms or neuron transmitter, that also play roles in a way on affecting how you're expressing your confidence or building up your confidence in a way, or facilitates to build up the confidence in a ways. Just a quick one talking about if like dopamine, a neurotransmitter. So dopamine is more related to motivations or pleasure seeking or rewards and stuff. So if someone having a high level of motivations in their body, they will tend to open for experience. They will seek for excitement, and they will also tend to pushing their boundaries, stepping outside of comfort zone, which is in return they might build confidence easily in a way. So this might be something that might contribute based on brain mechanisms and also the genetic and naturally part of biological. But if you're talking about environment components, so in another way actually confidence isn't always just about genetics or heritables in a way. You also need you also need the environment factors for you to be able to express it out in a way. Or second, even you don't have it naturally, you're still able to build your confidence through practice, learning, and also resilience in a way. So you don't see someone that is naturally born introverted, for example, they don't have any sense of confidence. No, they still have sense of confidence depending on which particular areas or what opportunities given, or maybe what experience that they have, or their mindset, or those daily habits that I shared early on. So these are the things that actually they're still able to cultivate the confidence in a way. So not necessarily talking about naturally born.
I see. So I think I kind of agree to what Thomas said just now, because I raised yes. Actually, most of the answer is from his side as well. Like particular to this statement, yes, we do believe that some people they might be more competent in certain areas.
Yes.
For example, maybe Thomas is not good in like mathematics, something like that.
No, I'm bad. I think mathematics.
Something like that. Probably I'm bad in mathematics. But it's just that I think just now linked to what Thomas says just now. Because as we mentioned in the first questions, like what is confidence, right? It kind of like back to the confidence is a building process. It's like For example, if let's say I actually born naturally to be good in football, maybe through maybe of the genetics factor, something like that. But if let's say throughout all my life I never touch football, right? My parents doesn't allow me to touch football, so means that I don't have the opportunity to develop that confidence, right? Probably I can play like Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo or something like that, right?
Yes.
So the point mentioned here is that like yes, people do born naturally. Some personality traits do help them to be more confident in certain area, but somehow confidence is a building process.
Yes.
They still need the process to develop their confidence, right? Even though you are as introvert, even though you are not really, like you overthink about a lot of things, you are still able to develop your confidence, right? Okay,
Indeed.
so that is the first that's the first questions. I think yes, and maybe probably the same one lah.
Kind of.
Okay, good. Anything else to like to cover out?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so let's go into the second statement, okay? Okay, so let me take out the paper. Okay, the second statement is here. I mean, kind of like mentioned just now already lah. It's like forcing yourself to step out of your comfort zones, okay, is always the best way to build confidence. Okay, I already know that he's trying to, he doesn't need to think already.
But you might surprise my answer.
Really? Yeah, okay. So, so I will say 1, 2, 3, right?
Yes.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Mine is maybe actually.
We are not same. So, Thomas say no.
No, yeah.
Okay, Thomas, please justify your answer. Just like you say, that stepping out of the comfort zone.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, although I picked no, but actually I do agree that stepping outside of comfort zone is very important.
Yeah.
But the issue is if you are forcing yourself, actually it's not the best approach here. So if you know you are trying to push yourself or you're trying to force yourself in a way, we just worried it might be backfire back to you.
Like create the anxiety, right?
Yes, exactly. They might create anxiety or depression instead of you building confidence. You might even feeling more low self-esteem in a sense, or you're feeling, more untrust to yourself in a sense. So that's actually gonna hinder yourself from building confidence in a way lah. So the key here for these stepping out of comfort zone should be something that is more gradually exposure. It's not like forcing yourself. I mean, it should be something that is small and manageable, that you find yourself able to manage. You're able to comfortably able to step out.
All that
the
little
moment.
step you mentioned just now. Take a little step first, right?
Yes, but I mean, I still do agree about the statement, but the issue I just can't accept the forcing part lah, in a way.
Right.
So definitely do something that gradually exposure, small step, manageable steps to push a little bit self outside of your comfort zone. So again, the more boundaries that you push, actually the more confidence that you're able to gain from that particular things. Maybe just one example here. If you're talking about you as a pianist, okay, you want your ultimate goal here is you wanted to perform in a big capacity hall concert, maybe like 20,000 of audience there. So this is your ultimate goal. But for you to able to step outside your comfort zone to make you feel more confidence in your skill set and you're able to achieve that ultimate goals, you don't actually force yourself like, I really learn piano for like 1 year, for example, then maybe the next day I will be showing up in a 10,000 hall to perform. So it's like, it's like jumping too fast and you're like forcing yourself to taking too much risk in a sense, and also it might gain backfires lah. Because you don't have the experience, you don't have much skill set or maybe the confidence in you that you're able to perform it in the 20 millions or 10 millions or the amounts of the biggest hall. I don't know how many numbers I mentioned. That's why I hate mathematics. So back to early. So should be something that manageable and small step. So something to be like you start off with maybe perform in front of a friend first. You started to gain more confidence in a way, and then later on you perform in a class, or maybe later on perform on the streets. Then perform in the 5,000 people, then 10,000 people. So eventually you will gain more confidence in you about your skill set. And when you reach your ultimate goals, when the moment that you decided to go for, I don't know how many thousand people hall, I mean, I can't recall the one that I say. So yes, that will be the moment that you feel more confidence that you're able to perform. You feel more trust in you because of the past experience. You already prove to yourself you're able to handle those uncertainties and challenges that's in happen and stuff.
I see. So actually the key point is that stepping out of the comfort zone is not forcing yourself, because like we mentioned just now, it might create more anxiety, and then out the anxiety will make you go back into your safe zone, and then you might think yourself is not competent in that area. So it kind of backfire already, right?
Indeed.
You kind of go into opposite direction. So stepping out comfort zones actually is through a graduate step, right? It's like probably like you take a step 1, step 2, step 3, then only to reach the point. So it's not like today I just going to like play like the Cristiano Ronaldo in like in Real Madrid, something like that, right? So definitely I think we have to be mindful and then take little step out of the this statement, right? So I think this is why also like I step maybe also, because I think yes, stepping out comfort zone does help us to be confident, but somehow it's not forcing yourself. So that's the answer for the second statement. I hope that you guys also agree to it. Okay, let's go into the third statement.
Sure.
Okay, so the third statement here is that the more risk you take, the more confidence you become. Okay, here is the third statement.
Okay, this is a tough one. I think I will. Yeah.
So let Thomas to think about it. I also need to rethink about it based on what I learned just now.
The more you take. Okay, cool. I think I have my answer.
You have answer already, right? Okay, so 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go. Okay,
okay.
Right now we only find it in the same line, same page. Okay, Thomas, so you stick maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my answer will be maybe for this one. Again, taking more risks is good, but not all risks are equals in a way. Because some actions they come with big risks, some actions they come with small risks. So again, something you should be having this calculated risk in you, that which particular risks that able to help you growth and as well align to your goals or objective that you have. If it, and definitely the risk is something that is intentional. It's not something reckless. You just decide and you do it and stuff. So it goes back to the example about talking about the pianist thing. So if the pianist they wanted to perform in the big hall and stuff, but if talking about risks, what are the risks if I directly just go to the 10,000 hall and perform without any experience and stuff? Do I ever have that confidence in me to be able to perform, and what are the risks that I'm gonna get in return? Who knows, maybe when you go there and you kind of fail, and it might actually get a way more backfires lah, in a sense. You might create more anxiety, or even end up you're gonna traumatize and you might not even gonna learn or play piano in future, in a sense. So sometimes you also have to calculate all the risks that you take. So the key here is also the same. Should be taking stages by stages or steps by steps. Shouldn't be taking too high risk kind of in return or action and stuff, so that you're able to build your confidence progressively, in a sense.
So in order to to mention about the calculated risk and also like stepping out of comfort zone, which is a very similar concept, but because both term is like related to taking risk, right? So how do you advise your clients, or your students, about this taking risk? Probably they might think they're like, no, I need to be that good, so that something like that.
Yes, definitely. When we talk about during the sessions, we were gonna go through about the pros and cons regarding on those actions taken, and what would be to prepare themselves and stuff. I know you also do agree, as a counselor or as a allied health professions and stuff, we unable to provide direct advice to them, like telling them no, you cannot do that, or yes, you should do more on that and stuff like that, or to interface them decision making and stuff. So more we can do is guiding them and to help them to standing a neutral point of view, to help them to evaluate what you're able to gain and what are the risks that you might encounter, in a sense, or in any way that maybe trying to use it in a different approach that mentioned, yes, we're still going to achieve that goals, but in order for us to achieve that, I think it's better for us to breaking down into more further smaller steps for you to one by one. When you achieve, then you will building more confidence in a way, then whenever you get to the ultimate goals, you're able to be more confident for you to do that in a way. So these are some things that we will go through with our clients in a sense lah.
It's like through the comparison between the like pro and cons, as well as like you're trying to just divides the big goal into the small step, and then you start from the first step, right? So that's a good one, right?
Yeah, and also talking about the gradual exposure and calculated risk should be something that also taken into considerations to when you wanted to advise your clients, to build more confidence in them. And definitely it's not just asking them to thinking about it. So just take actions, trusting yourself and take a small step of actions, and eventually they will build the momentum and they will challenge more bigger and bigger things and building more confidence in them.
I think it's like taking the risk is okay, but I think the most important is that allow yourself to to make mistake from those risks.
Yes.
And the most important is that to learn, reflect and learn from it.
Yes.
Instead of like you just you just keep thinking about that risk, and then you fear from this risk, and then that will like backfire, like you say just now.
And also the resilience is the key so you're able to adapt, able to grow and learn from all those setbacks and failures that you have, and gain back to gain back to the confidence levels and continue to trust yourself. And when you encounter the similar challenge again, you will keep trying to overcome or go into the struggles lah.
Definitely. So thanks for that. So that is
Thank
the
you.
answer for the third statement. Hope that everyone agree to it. Okay, so I think to sum it out, right now for today all the podcast about the unlocking true confidence. So we definitely know about like true confidence is about like not just about like you are good in certain things. It's also about like you are able to trust yourself, be resilient, be able to stand out again even though you are encounter that failure in certain area. That's a good thing. Be kind and be understanding to yourself, allowing yourself to make mistake, right? That is the definition of a true confidence. And then throughout the discussion, we also know that right now in this social media and interconnected world, AI things, ChatGPT, DeepSeek recently, and also social media is the one who affect our confidence, and we have to be mindful of that. They provide the benefit as well as they provide the consequences as well. And also, in order to develop your confidence, I think there's a lot of tips just now, but the most important is that take little step first. Take a small step, like manage your step out of the comfort zone, as well as like trying to know your limitation, allowing yourself to like kind of like grow, open to grow and make mistakes. So I hope that like just now all the questions and all the statement that actually can help the audience, listener, you all to know more about confidence and eventually know how to actually develop your confidence in the most effective way, I would say. So Thomas, to sum it out, okay? To bring it out, okay? I always love to actually leave some, something practical to our listener, okay? So before we end this podcast, right? What for those who are struggling with their confidence issues, what is the small little actionable step that they can take right now based on your advice?
Okay, to kind of wrap it up, I think the key point here is, again, confidence isn't about something you have or you don't have it. It's something you can build over time.
Yeah.
And if you're struggling with self-confidence, you can do as simply as do something that able to pushes you a little bit outside of a comfort zone. Nothing to be big or significant. Can be as small as again, raise your hand in a class, ask questions that you actually hesitant a lot. Be the team leaders that before this you're not even a team leader before in a group assignment. So there's something that actually a little bit step outside of a comfort zone daily. Or maybe practice new skills that you actually, if you think about learning guitar or languages, other foreign languages and stuff, it's also good for you to step a little bit out of our comfort zone for you to start learning all these kind of new things and stuff, and eventually you're able to build confidence because you have trust in you that you're able to handle all this discomfort and prove to yourself that you're able to handle all these uncertainties as well. And confidence is about doing, like actions. It's not about just thinking about it.
Yeah.
And usually confidence comes through the actions, not before the actions itself. And I also want to echoing back to the earlier that I mentioned. So confidence isn't about being fearless. I know a lot of people saying that you see someone as confident, they are fearless, they are bold, they're able to speak and stuff. But actually true confidence is you able to trust yourself and take actions despite you are actually feeling fear.
Yeah.
So this is actually a true confidence part of it, not just being fearless in a way lah. I think the most important is also to, like you highlighted early on, be kind to yourself throughout the process.
Yeah.
Start small, taking manageable steps, and believe the growth will happen step by steps in a way. I think that's all from my take. Thank you.
I love that advice, Thomas. I also want to highlight one more part, okay? The final part is that like it's okay to have self-doubts, right? It's okay to have self-doubt because confidence is not a fixed step, it's a building process. So building process means that you definitely will need to make mistakes and learn from it. It's a trial and error. So it's okay to feel that way, okay? So thank you so much, Thomas, to join us today. I hope that the audience and listener who is watching it right now or who will be watching it right now, you guys can actually, you know, like know how to build the confidence and know more about confidence, and hopefully that in somehow someday you are able to, you know, like be strong and, you know, like be resilient and, you know, be a good confident person, and then that would be our final wish in this world. Okay, so before we end, don't forget to subscribe to UCSI podcast as well as the UCSI online radio. There will be a lot of the series coming out, episode coming out in future, and yeah, I will see you. Thank you so much. Bye.